Thomas, where I want to begin is this year is going to be your 25th anniversary year. If you
Yeah.
think about Thomas 25 years ago, who was he?
Oh my God. Well, yeah, it's a long time, isn't it? It's a pretty long time. Well, like 25 years ago, I was still a kid, doing, writing music, writing songs, listening to music from the first moment I woke up till the last minute I fell asleep. So music has always been important to me, at least when I was younger. But well, it still is obviously. I think I listened a lot more to music when I was younger.
Sure.
You get older, you start listening to radio instead and whatever.
Sure.
So, no, I think 25 years ago I was just a regular, you know, kid listening to a lot of music, writing songs, trying to write songs and
Okay.
and that. So that was the good old days.
What was the dream at that point? What was the dream, and did you even think about becoming a musician and then going touring and all that stuff? Did that even occur to you?
Well, well, yeah, yeah. I got my first guitar when I was like, oh man, I must have been like 15 years old, maybe. I think when I was 15, I got my first guitar, and I listened a lot to Iron Maiden, and Judas Priest, and all that kind of music. So, yeah, there was a dream. I had this poster of Iron Maiden performing live. I don't remember where it was, but it was a lot of people there. So, I remember actually thinking like one day I'm gonna be one on that stage. Well, it haven't happened really yet, but maybe I'm
No, but
still living the dream. So
I mean, I saw the video of Wacken last year, and there's a lot of people
yeah,
there. So those
yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah.
moments, what are they like then when you see all those people and they're singing the songs alongside you? And
Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was a dream come true for me, at least.
mm,
I was yeah, like I said, I was had a boy dream was to play like big festivals, big stages like that, and well, you can see if you have watched the videos, some in a couple of songs, I'm just standing there, just looking at all the people. Oh man, I gotta sing. I was so in the moment at the place. I kind of forgot that I had to sing some parts. So. Yeah, that was really, that was crazy. I really enjoyed that. That was good.
yeah, and it's awesome that you enjoyed that. Sometimes those moments can pass you by, so it's good that you were in the moment for it. And it kind of ties
Yes.
into something else, which is the band has tAKiDA has always had this live reputation. Everybody's always been very pleased with how you perform and the energy and those kind of things.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
did that come naturally to you guys? Did the live performance, was that always kind of the main focus, or how did that end up being such an energetic experience for the band?
Well, thank you. Well, that's, I don't think we try to, we just write the songs that we want to write, and that makes you feel in a special way. And when
Mm,
you are up on stage and you can perform those songs live to an audience that appreciates the music you write, that it comes naturally. You give 100% to your crowd, and your crowd gives you 100%. It's like a give and take kind of thing, and that gets you going. So if you perform in front of well, a smaller crowd that's not really, into what you're doing. They're just standing there, and
Sure.
it's kind of hard to, to feel the energy in the room. So as long as you give something and you get something back, that does it for me or for the band. So that's very important.
Mm. And I have one more question before we start talking about the Agony Flame. But
Yeah.
there was this period in the band, I think after the release of the debut album from Bury the Lies, The Darker Instinct, and The Burning Heart, which was very uh, well, it's only a couple of years, but all three albums, number one, you were very prolific, very productive in that period. What are your
Yeah.
memories of those three albums, kind of in that period of the band where you really
Yeah.
started taking off?
Yeah, things were happening in Sweden back then. Yes.
Right.
Um, yeah, well, yeah, like you have to be in the moment. You write music, people appreciate it, and you that gives you energy to write more music. Of course, that's how it is for pretty much every band, I guess. And thinking back of those years, I don't think they were, kind of, they weren't like, I think we're still there, but we're getting older, and
Mm,
and we have kids and other jobs and all that. Robert has this other band called Stiftelsen,
sure.
where he's a singer for that band, and I think maybe I'm not saying that it is so, but I guess it's like those are the few of the things. I guess Robert's band, we're doing tAKiDA, and then he's doing Stiftelsen and tAKiDA and Stiftelsen. So
Mm,
it's I don't think there's the same what do you say, the same amount of time as put
sure.
in tAKiDA. I guess we're doing some other stuff as well, so that might be one of the reasons, maybe. But
Well,
we're still 100% focused. When it's tAKiDA time, it's tAKiDA time. We write music, and the energy is there, and everything is as it should be.
sure, but what you described just now, is that because I saw something during my research that the album The Agony Flame was described as a now or never album. Is this kind of what you allude to, that it's sometimes it's difficult logistically, and as we get older and have families and all that stuff, should I think in that direction, or where did that phrase come from?
Well, yeah, well, maybe just a little bit like that, but I think um, when you record a new album, you always say this is the best album we have
Mm,
ever made so far, and I guess this album is no. I think it concludes to this album as well. We think this is the best album we have done so far, and if this doesn't do it for us uh, outside of Sweden, then we don't know what will.
mm.
What should we do? So yeah, that was one of the things. I think Robert said that once, that this is our now or never album. It doesn't mean that if it doesn't happen, we're quitting. That's not it.
Okay,
I hope
that's
I
very
hope
good to
not, but
hear.
yeah. But I think it's more like less, well, this should work because this is the best album we have ever written, so this should do it. And if it doesn't, man, I don't know what will.
But then obviously, as you mentioned, most bands say that when they release an album, this is the best work we've
Yeah,
done. What for
of
you
course.
makes this the best album? Is it because you had more time than with others, or what makes this the most interesting album to you, or the best album to you?
Yeah, I think oh yeah, it's a good question. To me personally, I think we have worked very hard on this album. We've done that with past albums as well, but I think there's been another level on this one. Robert's singing is exceptionally good, I think, if I may say so. He's you know, I don't know what it is. We found we found the right pitch in every song, so it's perfect for his voice. And he's a good he writes good lyrics. He's always done that, but I think there's another level to the lyrics on this one. It's, you know, it's very personal lyrics for him. It's always yeah, you know, very personal things for him to write about. So and you know, just the way the feeling through the whole album when we write songs, it's yeah, it's been a good feeling all the way through, from the first riff we took and to when it's, yeah, that's completes the album. The album is done, you know. It was a good feeling all the way through. So I would say that that's
Yeah.
why I think this is the best album we've made so far.
No, I think I agree. Robert sounds amazing on the album, and well, the lyrics is interesting. Do you speak with him about the lyrics? And if so, is there one song that lyrically appeals to you a lot?
Um, Well, uh, I'm not a lyric guy, you know.
Okay.
I have always difficulties when I'm supposed to write lyrics myself or any other band. I always struggle with that. Lyrics is
Mm,
not my thing. I'm the guy who writes riffs and the melodies, you know. I'm not a lyric guy, but you know, I know there's some pretty tough subjects. You know, he's struggling with what should I say? Maybe like demons in his head. You know,
sure.
every guy has that, and he's not. Yeah, he's been working a lot with that. He's been, you know, honest and talking to media about it, so
Sure.
it's not a secret. But he's having it really tough sometimes, and I think that's when the best lyrics
Mm,
comes from him, because he's got so much to talk about, or to write about, I should say. But I mean, like, I have my favorites on the album. I do, but it's a different song every day. You know, it
sure.
goes
Sure.
back and forth. But
Depends on your own emotion at the time as well, I suppose.
exactly, yeah, exactly. So I don't know, lyric wise, I'm not. I don't know, but music wise and lyric wise, of course, it's I have my favorites. But
Well,
yeah,
let's
sorry.
talk about no worries. Let's talk about the music then. Is there one contribution you had on the album that you were really proud of, or something that you did guitar wise that you thought, oh, this is really cool that I got to do this on the album?
Well, actually, I presented a lot of ideas for this new album. So I was yeah, I think it turned out good. You know,
Mm,
I think there's a song called "In Time" that started. Actually, I had this riff. The song starts with a riff, and that's the riff I wrote, and
okay.
I presented to the guys. I mean, hey guys, we should do something with this riff, and I played it, and everyone started, you know, jamming along, and to me that was really a really cool thing. That's how we usually work. Someone has got to, you know, play something for the other guys, and everybody
Mm,
starts working with it. But my favorite at the time is that song called In Time. It's because I like the way it turned out from that riff only, and it turned to this song. So that was really cool. A favorite of mine at the moment. It's
sure.
gonna be a
And
different one tomorrow, I guess.
no, but it's interesting within time because the title of the album is from that song, right? I cannot see
Yeah.
how you will survive from the Agony Flame. So I don't know if you have an answer to this, and if not, I'll just cut it out. But what to you is the Agony Flame, or what does that title symbolize to you?
Oh,
And if you don't have
well,
an answer, it's fine.
yeah, well, to me, I don't know, if but if you have done your research, you know that every album is like a three-part title. You have yeah, The Burning Heart, and oh, yeah, it's always three words, and
Right.
so that's a thing. I don't know why it's been like that, but it's become a thing. And Robert presented a couple of album title ideas for this one, and they were all like three words from different lyrics on the album. But somehow I think the Agony Flame was a good one. It's a kind of a melancholic, mysterious kind of title, and
Yeah.
it just felt right. So a boring answer, but to me it wasn't. It was just, it felt right.
No, but
Does that make any sense at all?
no, but one thing I've learned in doing this job, and I've been doing it for 10 years now, that musicians often go with their gut, and sometimes
Yeah,
there's no reason to it. You can't logically explain it, but that it's just a feeling. It makes.
yeah. And that's a good thing, because that's how it was for me. I know 100%, if you ask Robert the same question, he's got another answer. Of course, that means
Sure.
something for him, because he writes all the lyrics on the album. And so his answer would be slightly different. But to me, it just felt good. I go with the guts.
Well, one last question then, because we kind of touched upon ambition, because you mentioned, well, if this album doesn't appeal to a broader audience, and obviously you do really well in Germany, for instance, but if this
Yeah,
doesn't appeal to a more international audience, we don't know what will. Um,
yeah,
are you still, because yeah, as you mentioned as well, nobody's getting younger. We're all and we have families, so more things to do. Are
yeah.
you very ambitious as a band still? Is that still like international touring? Is that very much on the mind of the band or no?
Well, we like to tour, absolutely. But you know, every band, I guess, wants to uh, play less and earn more on
Sure,
every gig.
sure.
So, well, we worked to very hard to done tours in Sweden, and now we see that touring in Germany starts to give us maybe not very much money yet, but maybe hopefully one day, because we have noticed that when coming back to Germany, the crowd is bigger and bigger and bigger
Mm.
for every time. So we really looking forward to come back to Germany, for example, and play there, because the crowd is getting bigger. And yeah, we love to tour, of course, but like you said, you get older, you have your family back home, so it's a kind of a love and hate thing.
Mm. Sure.
But at the same time, it's good to meet up the guys, play some songs, have some beer, and just have fun with it. That's very important. So yeah, I would say we love to tour, and we'd love to do that a lot more than we do now, but outside of Sweden, in that case.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you best of luck then, and we'll see what the Agony Flame can do for the band. We'll have to wait and see, but best of luck with the release and everything, and enjoy your
Thank
evening.
you. Yeah, thank you so much. Good evening to you too, sir.